Hi, my name is Mario Jose. I'm in my final semester here at Berkeley, and we are at Fresh Prospects on March 4th, 2011. Oh my gosh, I would definitely want to be transported back into the 70s. That's when I feel like the best, like, I was born and raised listening to, like, classic R&B and soul, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Marvin Gaye, that kind of just like feel-good music that was just all from the heart and soul. As cheesy as that may sound, it was just all about that, musicality. I would definitely want to be back in the 70s. Oh my gosh. In terms of food, obviously I have a couple. Ha! That was a bad joke. In terms of food, I guess my guilty pleasure would be just Ben and Jerry's chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. It's the best chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream that's out there. And occasionally I'll be walking home and past Symphony Mart and I'll be like, tonight's a guilty pleasure night. I'm gonna go get one of those little, and they're like $6, so it's ridiculous to me how expensive they are. But I think God made that cookie dough because how good it was. In terms of my guilty pleasure, that's kind of embarrassing, I guess. My favorite movie, yeah, I'm saying it, is The Little Mermaid from Disney. So I guess my guilty pleasure would be just chilling one night and nothing's happening, and I'll have my chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream and watch The Little Mermaid. Okay, and now everyone knows that.
That's an excellent answer.
That's a guilty pleasure. Oh my gosh. Musically, I guess my favorite sound is there's something about a Barry sax to me. The sound of like old funk music with Barry sax in it just gets me like pumped. I don't know what it is, but the sound of like a honkin' Barry sax is musically probably my favorite sound. And just around, I think this is kind of funny, but when my mom gets surprised, it's like she's loud and she's Italian and she's using her hands all the time, but when it's every once in a while, it's not so brassy, it's high pitched and like, what? And a perfect example is she called me and she had asked me if I had ever seen the movie Get Shorty. And I was like, no, I've never seen Get Shorty. And she went, Get Shorty? Like, I can't even get how high it was. It was just ridiculously high pitched over the phone. I'm in Starbucks, I'm like, oh, God. So I guess my favorite sound would be her, like, it's hilarious listening to her scream. Oh gosh, I guess what noise or sound do I hate? I hate high-pitched feedback in a show. Like if it's like low and rumbly and it feeds back, you're like, oh okay, I should back off a little bit. But it's just like, I don't know what it is about it. I hate high-pitched feedback, and I also hate like sound effects in movies where it's like guts. I don't know. It's like kind of weird. Like I can't like when I hear it, I'm like, ooh, I don't really like that. But yeah, those are both. I mean, I guess the feedback one would be more common in this setting, but the guts one is rare. But I don't like hearing it when it comes along. Oh my gosh, I actually watched Jen Weris and Carmen's response to this, and they both were like, I guess Batman, and there's no guessing with me, like for sure it is Batman, and I'll tell you why, is because it's just like, he's just dirty rich, and I mean, he doesn't have a superpower, he's not like from another planet, and as ridiculous as this may sound, I think he's the most realistic superhero in a sense, because if a really rich guy wanted to build all the stuff that Batman had, he really probably could, and he could go fight crime and do stupid stuff like Batman does. But definitely Batman. Some of my favorite movies besides The Little Mermaid are the Batman movies, and definitely my favorite superhero. So if he's watching, I know they always say Like, don't have a backup plan because then that's going to be your career. But I think definitely I would want to go into some sort of comedic acting. Um, I just think that, like, I mean, in high school and in my last college, I did like plays, and that was like really the only musical outlet that I had growing up. So I was always like the fat funny guy, and I think that I could be, you know, like on SNL. I don't know if I'm not funny, but I mean, I've always wanted to do something like that, and so I guess comedic acting. I want to be the next. What's his name? Not, I guess, Seth Rogen. Or is Seth Rogen super bad?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm aspiring to be, as a backup, the next Seth Rogen.
All right. Hey, I mean, you could be the musical guest and be in the skits, so that would
that would be like, before I die. That is definitely a plan. I want to be on SNL and do like be the musical guest, like kind of like Justin Timberlake does when he goes on there. You know, I'm not obviously Justin Timberlake, but you know, he can be in the skits and he can play and do that kind of thing. I don't know. A physical item that I always bring to every show is I always have some sort of drink. And over the years it's changed. It started off as throat coat tea, and then one of my voice teachers said that tea dehydrates you, so for a while it was just honey and water. But I always have like this cup, and it's just like I'm drinking it constantly. Sometimes I'll bring it on stage, sometimes I won't. But I'll always have this some sort of concoction. And now it's a weird mix, and people are gonna be like, "Why the hell do you drink that?" But it's a mixture of throat coat tea, honey, and olive oil. And people are like, "That's really gross." But the cool thing about olive oil is Deborah Bird from American Idol. She came and talked to kids at Berkeley. She said that she literally will take a shot of olive oil before every show, and she's never dried out. And since then, I've been like put a shot of olive oil in it, and sometimes I'll take a shot of olive oil before I sing. And she's not kidding. I mean, it's just like something about it coats your throat, and you're all set. So I always have some sort of drink concoction, and I know no one is ever going to drink it because it's nasty. So that's what I always have. My favorite artist that people don't know yet is this guy. He has a pretty good following in the San Francisco Bay Area where I'm from. His name's Gabe Bondoc, a Filipino guy, just really mellow. And you'd see him on YouTube and be like, "What is this guy going on?" And then he sings, and he writes these killer, acoustic, soulful songs on YouTube, and it just blows your mind how good he is. So Gabe Bondoc, if you haven't checked him out. And there's also this new guy that I found through a friend on Facebook. His name's Jeremiah Harmon. And he's just like another kind of unexpected. That's why I like these artists, because you see him and you're like, I don't know what they're gonna sound like, and then they surprise you in a good way. So Jeremiah Harmon, he's like this skinny white guy with red hair, and then he just gospels the heck out of every song he sings, and he's amazing. So Jeremiah Harmon, Gabe Bondoc, check him out. Oh gosh, would I rather forget who I am as a person, or like, okay, this might be a little better. We're talking like, I mean, I don't even know who I am, and I'm just, but okay, forget who I am or forget who everyone else is. Oh, that's tough. Maybe a combo of both. I mean, because, well, how I'm thinking about it is if I forget who I am, then I'm relying on everybody else to tell me who I am or who I was or who I will be or whatever. I can see myself forgetting everybody else and then relearning who they are, because, I mean, I don't think if I forgot everybody, I would just be like, okay, I'm not going to talk to anybody. I'd relearn them. I would go meet them and relearn them. But for this sake, I guess I'd forget who I am for right now, and then trust that my mom will tell me, or my friends, or my dad, or whoever, tell me who I am, because, you know, obviously I forgot. My favorite show that I've been a part of here at Berkeley was very recently was the Singers Showcase Callback Audition Night, and this school year they started having the callbacks for the Singers Showcase show live, and I just think every single person that we were, I guess, were competing against each other deserved to be in that show. I mean, really extremely talented people that I was up there with. Even though we were competing, we were cheering each other on backstage and like watching the monitor and like, oh, you better sing, you know, the Berkeley saying. And another really cool moment was I sang with George Russell, who's a piano teacher here, and he's amazing. I sang a song called Angels. And I don't know, something during that performance happened, and I just felt like really there. I felt in the moment. I felt that I was really connecting with the audience, and it was. I kind of forgot that the judges, Livingston Taylor, Donna McElroy, Ken Zambello, and Deborah Bird from American Idol was there. I kind of forgot that they were there, and there's like a line where I say, "I don't have to wonder what the world thinks about me," and I just was literally pouring my heart onto the stage, and I think that was one of my favorite performances to date. Even outside of Berkeley. And at the end, I got such an overwhelming response, and Deborah Bird gave me a standing ovation, and I was just like, it was literally one of my favorite moments of Berkeley, that I could be, you know, get that kind of response from so many talented musicians. That even in Berkeley and out, that was definitely one of my favorite musical experiences.